Okay, guys, my story. How did I get injured? So, I was 16 years old. I was a very athletic guy. I was swimming, so I did training maybe about 10 times a week, together with like gym and swimming and everything. Like I woke up 4:30 every morning. I was in the pool from 6 o'clock in the morning. I did training from 6 o'clock until 8 o'clock. I had school from like basically 9 until 2, 3. I went home, had a midnight, had a snack, maybe I studied, whatever, and went back to the swimming pool. And I had training, I had gym from 3:30 until 5, and from 5 to 7 I had swimming. So basically about 5 hours training almost. Some days less, some days just 4 hours, some days 5 hours, you know. And like some days I had less training, I only did 4 hours of training some days, you know. And I did that 5 times a week. Why I'm telling about why I was like so athletic is that I was basically feeling, I was, not to brag, like in a bad way, but I was very, very strong for my age. Like I was 16 and I could squat 100 kilos. I could deadlift 100 kilos when I was 14 years old. When I was 16, I could do a 30 chins just like that, like no worries. I was very, very, very athletic. And it kind of made me want to use my body for other stuff. So, you know, every time you see something cool on Facebook and you're like, oh yeah, I want to do that shit. Well, I kind of had the ability because I should have the strength. So I saw people do like all of these cool athletic moves and do like parkour and everything. I was like, oh yeah, I should try that shit. And, you know, I could do some stuff. I could make some cool jumps, probably look like a retard, but, you know how we teenagers are when we are young. We just want to show off. We just want to show everyone that we're the boss, but it is what it is. So basically, one day in high school, I gymnasiet, it was like a recess before, just in the middle of a class. We were on the bottom floor. I had a history class. And I was just chilling inside the classroom, minding my own business. I was kind of chill. It's kind of weird. I had like a lot of energy, but I was also a very chill guy. Like, because I had so much practice that was in school, I was basically just sleeping in class because I was so tired from going to practice. But whenever I got hyped up, I got a lot of energy. And it was in the beginning of spring. And I don't know, for some reason, people like had opened the window and they were like jumping in and out from the like the playground in school, or like the front of the school. I don't know what the deal was, and somebody came to me in the class and he was like, yeah, you want to join us, like show what you can do, or like I don't exactly remember, but something in me made me go there, look at the window and go like, yeah, I could make a cool jump from here. I run, I jump, I get on the window. I'm trying to make like a kind of a jump where you put your hands and you push off with your hands and you bring your feet under your torso, under like in between your hands. It's called like a kangaroo jump, or I don't know what the fuck it's called nowadays. And first time I was like, fuck it, monkey vault, yeah, that's one. First time I don't make it. Okay, so people keep telling me that I'm a fucking idiot for this part of the story. First time I don't make it, and I'm like, okay, I need more speed. I back up like halfway into the classroom, and I just rush that shit. I'm just running for my freaking life, and I run, and I put my hands in, I try to push off, but I freaking cannot get my legs off of the ground properly, so my feet, my toes, hit like the corner of the window. You know, like there's the window, and there's like the plate of the window, and there's like this little thing under the window. I get stuck with my fucking toes in that part of the window, so my body literally goes like this. It's in the air, and it goes like, dunk. And I just crash with my head first into the ground. And I'm not able, because of the way I did my jump, I'm not able to put my hands in front of me and protect my head like any normal, reasonable person would do. I'm really just not able to. And I hit the ground. It's like 1.5 meters, just straight down. And it was early spring, so the earth, the grass was very hard. So basically, I hit the fucking ground with my head first, and I didn't pass out or anything. I'm lying on the floor and I'm like, or on the ground, and I'm like, oh shit, that was a big hit. Like, okay, something went wrong. For sure, something is broken somewhere, something is fucked up. I open my eyes and I see my arm being like in a weird position. I was like, maybe I hit the ground with my shoulder first. Maybe I like put my shoulder out of, how do you even say it? In Swedish it's like, gå ur led. So I thought I fucked up my shoulder because it was looking like really weird. I was like, this is gonna hurt like a bitch later. And you have to understand, in my head, I think that I'm lying straight on the ground. So I'm like, okay, maybe I should just roll over to my back and see how it goes and see what the fuck's going on. Like, something is bad. And I open my eyes, I look down on my body, and the way my body is lying does not go together with the way I'm seeing it in my mind. Like I'm laying like, you know, when you're like fosterställning, I don't know. Everybody here is Swedish anyway, except our plus. Like when you're laying like a baby and you're crying, like hugging your knees. Dislocate? Yeah, thank you, exactly. I thought I dislocated my shoulder. And I just see my body and it doesn't make sense with what I'm feeling. And somebody's like touching my legs and it's like, hey, can you feel this? Can you feel this? And I'm like, okay, I don't feel shit. Like, guys, what's fosterskilling in Norwegian? Nice. So I'm like, okay, this is bad. Somebody helps me go to my back and whatever, and I know somebody's calling the ambulance, and I'm looking at like the place in my school where I jumped. It has like 3 floors, and I'm just looking up and I see the whole. I have like 1,500 students in my school, and probably at least 1,000 of them were standing in those windows looking at what the fuck was going on. People believed I was taking suicide or something. People were like, oh yeah, this crazy motherfucker jumped from the 3rd floor, like head first, was trying to commit suicide. I was like, don't think I'd committed suicide. Like, bro, come on. It's a bit rough. I was trying to show off. I was trying to be cool. Well, I mean, in a way, I kind of succeeded, right? I got famous. Everybody knew who I was after that. Coming back 6 months later in a wheelchair, like, hey, I'm the cool guy that had like a lot of strength and abs and stuff. Look at me now, I'm a fucking pleb. And honestly, okay, so people usually, one of the most common questions I get asked is, what was my first thought once I realized I was injured? Two things went through my head. No, actually, 3 things went through my head. The first one is, oh shit, I have to go to the hospital. Fuck, that's awesome. I didn't study for the Spanish test that I have later today. So I'm just gonna miss out on my Spanish test. So that's awesome. My second thought is, my mom is gonna kill me because I have to go to the hospital. Like, I never went to the hospital as a child. Like, I broke my arm once and that was pretty much it. I was like, my mom is gonna freaking kill me. I have to go to the hospital. She's gonna be so mad at me. And my third thought is like, shit, okay, so yeah, it's gonna be bad. I'm not gonna, like, I missed out on a lot of training. I did a lot of good training for the swimming this winter. Like, I'm not gonna do super good in the summer. At no point do I, like, actually realize that it's, like, hella bad. And honestly, I never really realized it. I don't know. I never really reflected over it. I don't know. For me, it was always like, whatever, it is what it is. I'll just get over it. It doesn't even matter. I don't know. People came to the hospital. I was like 2 months at the hospital, and I was 2 months at a rehabilitation place. People were always like expecting, when they coming and meet me, they were always expecting me to be like super sad and whatever. I was like, it's all good. I don't really care. It's whatever. Can't feel my dick, but other than that, it's pretty Gucci. Oh my god.